Welcome to the Nevada Promise Scholarship Training. To meet the training requirement, you must watch this entire video and submit an acknowledgement form. Your training will not count unless we receive that acknowledgement form. The Nevada Promise Scholarship is a last dollar scholarship, which means it is applied only after specific grants or scholarships have been awarded. Those are the Federal Pell Grant, Silver State Opportunity Grant, Federal Supplemental Educational Opportunity Grant, and the Millennium Scholarship. The scholarship amount varies by student and is posted to student accounts at the beginning of the fall and spring semesters. The scholarship covers registration fees, technology fees, and the student success fee. Students are responsible for their lab fees and any additional charges to their account. Let's take a look at some examples. Student 1 received a couple GBC scholarships, the Millennium Scholarship, and Nevada Promise. Out of this student's financial aid awards, we will only subtract the Millennium Scholarship before we calculate how much Promise will award. Once again, we will not cover the $60 lab fee. The lab fee will be taken from the amount of the Bessie Gilmer and fee-generated access scholarship. The student will receive the rest of that amount as a refund. Student 2 has a higher registration fee and has an additional graduation fee. They received the Silver State Opportunity Grant for $2,500, so we will subtract that amount from the balance. We will also subtract the $530 lab fee and the $20 graduation fee since we do not cover those charges. Promise will pay $1,071.25. We did not calculate the MTC scholarship, the need grant, or the access grant. The student will receive those in the form of a refund. Student 3 was awarded the Promise Scholarship. You can see that this student has a lab fee of $75 and a late fee of $50. A monthly $25 late fee is posted to student accounts if their balance is not paid. Promise covered the registration, tech fee, and student success fee, and the student was left with the lab fee and late fee. Everyone that has applied for the Nevada Promise Scholarship is eligible to receive it as long as the requirements are completed on time. Let's go over those requirements and their due dates. Pay close attention as failure to complete the requirement by the due date will result in an automatic loss of eligibility. This training is the first requirement and must be completed by March 1st. The other requirements are applying for admission to GBC, completing a FAFSA and adding GBC as a school, completing 8 hours of community service, meeting with your assigned mentor, and completing all items on your to-do list. Apply for admission to GBC as soon as possible. When you apply, include your Social Security number. That number is what will connect the FAFSA to your GBC account. If you are a dual enrolled student, you do not need to do this step unless you are taking a college course at a different institution. If this is the case, you will enter the same NSHE-ID number you already have into your admission application to GBC. There is no cost to apply for admission, and this does not mean you have to attend GBC in the fall. To complete the FAFSA, go to studentaid.gov and select the 2026-27 FAFSA form. You will need your parents' 2024 tax information. If you do not have a Social Security number, there's an alternate form that you will complete instead of the FAFSA. If this applies to you, please reach out to me and I can get you that form. If you have a Social Security number but your parents do not, you are still required to complete that FAFSA. If you're in a guardianship or have an unusual circumstance, reach out to the financial aid office for guidance. You may send your FAFSA to up to 20 schools, and GBC must be listed as one of the options to meet this requirement. Community service hours are reported using an online form. To fill out the form, you will need to have an NSHE ID. A link to the form will be emailed to you in March after the training deadline. We recommend keeping a list of any service you have already completed or you will complete before then. When reporting your hours, you'll need to enter the date, number of hours, the location, and your supervisor's name and email address. That supervisor will receive an email asking them to verify your hours. Community service must be completed through a club or organization and must benefit the community. A direct family member cannot supervise you or benefit from your service. For example, raking your neighbor's yard would not count as community service. Helping your parents grade papers if they're a teacher would not count as community service. Volunteering at a school carnival will count as community service. Cleaning a park with a school club or organization will count as community service. Mentors will be assigned to each student in April after the FAFSA deadline has passed. You will receive your mentor's name and contact information through email, and you will be responsible to reach out to that person to schedule a meeting. The meetings can be done in person, over the phone, or through Zoom. Here's a little information about Great Basin College. Great Basin College serves communities across Nevada. We offer one-year certificate programs, associate degrees, and bachelor degrees. We have campuses in Winnemucca, Pahrump, Ely, and Elko. We also have centers across the state. At GBC, you have the option of taking courses online, in person, or a combination of both. We offer certain bachelor degrees that can be fully completed online as well. Our tutoring services are also offered online and in person, ensuring you always feel supported. On this slide, we have some frequently used departments. The controller's office is who you want to contact with any billing questions, to set up payment plans, or to make payments over the phone. The Disability Resource Center is where you request disability-related accommodations. The Learning Commons brings together essential academic and career resources in one supportive environment. It consists of library services, testing center, tutoring services, and a career center. The help desk is who you want to contact if you need assistance with your student ID, your user ID or password, and for basic support for the GBC computer applications. So what is the FAFSA? FAFSA stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid. The FAFSA is a form you fill out that will let you determine how much money you can receive to help pay for college. It is completely free, and it connects you to different types of financial help, like grants, which is money that you do not have to pay back, student loans, which offer low interest rates, work-study jobs, and even scholarships from the state or your future college. Filling out the FAFSA is the first and most important step to getting financial aid. It gives you access to the largest source of money available to help students afford education after high school. Even if you are not sure you'll qualify, you should fill it out. The deadline to have your FAFSA in our system is April 1st, 2026. Once your FAFSA is submitted to GBC, you will receive an email that will list at least one additional form for you to fill out. This will also be listed in your My GBC Student Center under the section titled To-Do List. All items on that list are due by July 1st. Call the Financial Aid Office if you have any questions or concerns regarding your FAFSA or the items on your to-do list. Once you graduate high school and have met all the requirements for the scholarship, there are a couple more things to do. To receive the scholarship, you must be enrolled in a minimum of 12 credits for the fall. Meet with an advisor to discuss placement tests, select a degree, and enroll in classes. You must be degree seeking in order to receive financial aid. To maintain your eligibility throughout your time at GBC, you will need to meet 4 standards each semester. Meet satisfactory academic progress, report 8 hours of community service each semester, meet with your mentor each semester, and submit a FAFSA and complete the to-do list items once a year. Failure to meet any of these requirements will result in an automatic loss of eligibility for the scholarship. The Nevada Promise Scholarship is good for up to 3 years or until you receive an associate degree, whichever comes first. We hope to see you at GBC in the fall. Now that you have watched this training, remember to submit your acknowledgement form. You will not receive credit for the training unless you submit this form. The link to the acknowledgement form is under the training video on our webpage. You will receive a confirmation email once we have received that form. Hold on to that for your records. The way we communicate with you is through email. We will send regular reminders as deadlines are approaching. Review your junk or spam folders as well. If you used your school email to apply for the scholarship, contact us so we can switch it to a personal email. Once you graduate from your high school, you will not have access to that email anymore and we will lose communication. Send us an email if you have any questions or need to update your contact information. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me by email, phone, or in person at the Student Financial Services Office located inside Burke Hall at the Elko campus. Thank you for watching.